Once you have everything looping the way that you want it to, we want to export this in a way that we can share. So we're going to go to Composition and Add to Adobe Media Encoder Queue. We've used this before. If you're up here, then it's not going to give you that option. You have to actually be on the composition that you wish to add to the render queue in order for that to be there. When you do that, it's going to open Adobe Media Encoder, and it'll have the same settings from the last time you exported. For you, it's probably the H.264 version at YouTube 1080p to make a full video version of that. Click on the name, however, because by default, it'll be in this little subfolder that After Effects makes. So I'm going to go back to Animation, make sure it has the date that you export it, and this is going to be Noah's Monster Animated Loop. And put your name on it. Your name should always be the last thing on there. I'm going to click Save so that that's what gets created. Now before I start the encoding process, I'm also going to make a small animated GIF version. So I don't have to go through that process again. I can simply duplicate the job and change the settings. Now we have to make more of a change than just switching this to an animated GIF version. So rather than just go here and do that and go on from there, we also need to change the size, because an actual GIF that's 1920 by 1080 is just going to be way too large for people to be able to download efficiently and quickly. So what we need to do is make it smaller. By clicking on one of these blue things here, you can see that there's the name. It's already got it, but it's ending in a GIF. This is where you could also change it if you do that first. And we want the transparency because we haven't added a background. This is going to let us put it on any color background that we want, but we do need to change the size. So uncheck the box under Video so it's no longer matching the source. I'm going to change the width to about 600. Seems to be working for me. Large enough to show the detail, but the files are not so huge that it takes forever for the page to load when it's added to a web page. So once I click OK for that, then I can click play, and both of those are being generated, one right after the other. I'll go over here to my web page real quick. And you can see I've got one that I made earlier with the transparency around it. I added a gradient background, just something from Photoshop. Let me go ahead and insert that as an image. So I'm going to insert and upload. Go to my folder for animation and find the most recent one right here. And I need the GIF. It's only showing images that can be uploaded. So the video is there, but we can't see it. So now it's just an image that is automatically playing when this page is open.